guess. I didn't want to talk about this too much because it's just like, oh my god, it's just getting blown out of proportion at the end of the day. Like for me personally, like right, like this is the one thing I've always said all the time is like, why don't they just do the insurrection act or so on the thing that's been happening over at Minneapolis, you know, just fucking do it, dude. What are you guys waiting for? I'm like, for God's sakes, literally the governor over there is literally like is throwing a tantrum over there at the end of the day. So I don't know. That's just my personal opinion on the actual situation itself. I'm like these I've seen like so many clips, so many videos. We watched also Asmongold's point of view and everything about this whole like the whole ICE thing that's been happening over there. Playing politics. I'm like, brother in Christ, you have a problem in your own country, for God's sakes. I get it that you want. I know that I've been hearing that he's trying to claim Greenland or so for the U.S., but at the same time, you're also having an issue in your own hometown. I'm like, you should probably fix it and address it at the end of the day. You know, I'm just saying. I think you can juggle two things at the same time. I don't think it's that hard to juggle two things. You know.
ICE agents have begun making mass arrests in Los Angeles as the latest controversy occurred in Compton when a Fed was forced to open fire on an illegal evading arrest by driving his car into the agent, as activists immediately arrived at the scene.
We're getting two different perspectives here. Let's take you out to this one. This is coming out of California during an immigration enforcement operation, and when agents approached that car to detain the suspects, shots were fired.
Now, was that man just innocently driving to work when a deranged ICE agent randomly sent rounds into their windshield, or was he a wanted criminal known for trafficking people and assaulting their spouse on multiple occasions? As right after it happened, nobody knew nothing. But that didn't stop these idiots from shouting at the ICE agents, suggesting this was due to race.
You should be on this side. They kicked me on this side. Weren't you guys on this side? What is that last name? Reyes, a mother Hispanic. What are you doing on that side?
I wish he was. He's not a good guy. I can tell you that.
He's a good guy or not. He's still human, you know?
These guys are ridiculous.
These people feel completely comfortable cussing out the authorities, not even knowing who exactly got injured. It was the ICE agent, or even who they were arresting. It was someone known for harming their community. But I guess they're not solely to blame, as the corporate media is reporting only headlines, ICE agent shoots suspect during operation. How this is prompting a massive response.
That's crazy, dude. The propaganda is insane, and the gaslighting and the misleading on this situation itself, dude. That is fucking wild to see this.
Conveniently omitting how it wasn't a random shooting, this was an illegal known for human smuggling and harming their spouse or cohabitant, who was ordered to be removed in 20.
So let's see, at 7:05 a.m. PST, DHS law enforcement officers were conducting a targeted operation in Compton, California, to arrest a violent criminal illegal alien from El Salvador, William Eduardo Moran Carballo, who is involved in a human smuggling operation and has 2 prior arrests for inflicting corporal injury on a spouse and cohabitant. An immigration judge issued him a final order of removal in 2019. That's crazy. And they're literally trying to defend this guy. These fucking random people are literally trying to defend these people who are actual criminals. That's crazy, dude. That's fucking wild.
19, but during his arrest, he rammed his car into the cops, forcing them to defensively fire, not even harming him as he attempted to flee right after. This is just the preliminary information, but it kinda sounds like he was an abusive scumbag, not only victimizing his own family, but his community as he was trafficking people to who knows what fate. But the mainstream media conveniently omits this information just to make their useful idiots take to the streets to protest against Trump's evil border laws, as they would like you to think there's these massive marches in Los Angeles, except upon closer or further inspection, there really isn't much interest in activism against ICE in LA.
Now begin a march in and around the downtown LA area. Now, organizers are calling this the Free America Walkout. They are urging people to join them in protest of what they call fascism, the recent raids in...
Is that fucking Martin Luther King on the oh my lord.
How dare you take away our murderous rapist, illegal immigrant, now who will shave my driveway for penny on $8?
Maybe we should probably like just grab all of these like illegals and just like these criminal illegals and just put them in their houses, to be honest. I'm just saying, you know. Maybe we should actually. Maybe Asmongold was right actually. Maybe he does have a point. Brother, what does Martin Luther King have to do with anything? Is that Martin Luther King? It looks like Martin Luther King. Like it really does. Like that actually generally does look like fucking MLK.
Occupying city.
And remember, just 7 months ago, this city was shut down for weeks, with thousands of activists shutting down everything, blocking the freeways, and massive riots local authorities could do nothing about. But then the Trump administration started looking into who was funding these riots, and they seemingly magically disappeared overnight. But I believe that's just half the equation. As of course, idiots will always go viral on the internet, but even the average intelligent American, like myself, is finally waking up to what's really happening with immigration enforcement. As over in Minneapolis, they're not going after innocent US citizens just going to work.
We're here to arrest a child offender, and you guys are out here honking.
Which wasn't the only instance of this.
I ain't gonna lie, dude. These people are stupid, I'm not gonna lie. I feel like definitely like the education system pretty much failed them. As a Filipino, I support ICE because some of our people do get trapped by their abusive employers who threatens them to burn their visas. Yeah, it's just like they're trying to get these criminals. I'm like, do you guys like not want to live in a safe community away from criminals? Like what are we doing here? Are we like not trying to they're trying to like specifically like take away these criminals and lock them up away forever so then we can have a more utopian place, you know, like a more peaceful utopian place. Like that's basically what they're trying to do, and these people are like trying to impede on that specifically. I don't understand why they're trying to do this.
Someone in this neighborhood that's in eyeshot of our location has sex offenses, convictions, and we're trying to find them and arrest them and get them off their street. But obviously it can't happen with us.
Okay,
Yes,
love you.
Have a
Bye.
good day.
Take care, guys.
Go home your mom.
Bunch of dumbass white women,
Which
dude.
this exact scenario is playing out all across the country.
Illegally kidnapping people on their way to work. You should be embarrassed. You guys are breaking up families. Nah?
He's a pedophile, man.
He's not a pedophile. I don't even know his name. Do you? Do you know his name? Why'd you arrest his friend?
Or even employees of some sports bar were shouting at state troopers, accusing them of being ICE.
So, ICE, Border Patrol, Louisiana.
Internet crimes against children, online predators.
Oh yeah, cool. We don't respect whatever you do. We don't believe you.
Yeah,
Full face on the internet. That's embarrassing.
These people are fucking dumb as shit, just recording just random people. Jesus Christ. What is wrong?
Kidnapping people on their way to work. What kind of work ready? Do they have green card?
They're not really kidnapping people. They're arresting people. They're not really kidnapping people. They're doing an investigation and they finally know where, they pinpoint where he's at, and then they arrest the person. That's it. They're not even kidnapping them. It's like literally just full on just actually arresting people in general.
Embarrassed of your job.
That eventually caught the attention of the local AG, saying she would charge those employees. But when ICE tries to explain, this is why we're arresting these individuals.
Many of these criminals already have a final order of removal, which means an immigration judge...
All right, we are watching this press conference.
Oh my god, dude. Are they really just canceling this guy's speech and everything? God, no wonder no one takes any of these news outlets serious. No wonder they're all a joke at the end. They're like the same as game journalists at this point. game journalists, news outlets are all pathetic at this point, you know? God lord, dude, honestly. Just straight up propaganda, dude. I don't understand why you don't find these people like accountable and lose their jobs specifically. I don't understand specifically why they don't like actually tell the actual truth, you know?
Immigration and Border Patrol officials out of Minneapolis as they begin.
Again, reminding us, no matter how much you hate the mainstream media, you don't hate them enough. They're so desperate for their low information idiots to think every time a law enforcement officer from any agency makes an arrest, that's actually a kidnapping of some innocent dad just driving to work. Not the many instances of known S offenders illegally in the country that were previously in custody but somehow released by these sanctuary city policies. And after they're done trafficking other immigrants into S slavery, then trying to end the lives of federal agents with their vehicle, they demand Americans march on the streets on behalf of disbanding ICE. But the saddest aspect about all of this is both sides can admit there are dangerous individuals that need to be removed from America. The Democrats demand ICE be stopped, but have yet to provide an alternative to keeping Americans safe from dangerous criminals. And when faced with this reality, they become cranky toddlers.
Your reckless rhetoric is putting their lives in jeopardy. Know that this is un-American. You are making your city and your state less safe and secure.
You should be ashamed of yourself, and I'm going to pray for you that you lay down this burden and these lies, Sean. Shame on you, my brother. God have mercy on you. Shame on you.
You're a disgrace.
Because what you're doing is wrong. You are a disgrace.
Take the prayers. Thank you very much.
You have that $1,000
but the one that needs the prayer is you.
Openly admitting they don't care what happens to you as long as they are safe.
Do you fear for the safety of those agents that choose to be masked because of the target on their back?
I had a constituent that tried to kill me, serving 25 years in federal prison. The DOJ just prosecuted him. And so, you know, I don't get to mask my face because I get threats. I got a police officer in front of my house.
Well, regardless if they're on the right or the left, we want everybody to be safe. It's just insane to go on TV and say, yes, I know we live in a dangerous world, which requires criminals to be put in prison, but as long as I have a cop watching over my home, why would I care if you are forced to live next to a wanted violent felon who was already ordered out of the country? It doesn't take a genius to see their hypocrisy, and that's why I think these anti-ICE activists are dwindling, as nobody wants to be the useful idiot that gets arrested, all in the name of protecting evil politicians.
The FBI has apparently just served subpoenas to several officials here in Minneapolis, including members of the office of Governor Tim Walz.
Where ironically, recently disgraced Governor Walz demands you protest against borders and walls while hiding behind his home's walls.
Thank you for standing up for our neighbors who don't have a fence and don't have people to take them around and don't have lawyers to defend them.
The resistance matters. We're not telling people to be silent, but we're not telling people to go out and cause problems. We're going to cause good trouble.
This guy's a joke. This guy is literally a joke, dude. I don't understand why don't you just get rid of him from power immediately. I don't understand this. I really don't. Like, I just can't seem to comprehend the logic of, like, you know, he is literally treasoning the US itself. The president and everyone in that hierarchy of power should be removing this guy from power and also tried for treason. Because you're going against the actual hierarchy of the US itself. I just don't specifically understand like the logic of what's happening over there. At this point I really think like the US, like the power system and stuff, I just find it as a joke at this point. Like I truly do. They're considering using the Insurrection Act against him, then just do it. What are you waiting for? You can see everything literally on social media that what's been happening. Like, it's not rocket science to literally do the thing that you need to do immediately. I'm like, if this was the Void, if we had someone who was doing this in a certain dimension in part of the Void itself, they would be immediately removed from power. I just don't understand why you guys don't do the same thing. This is like an act of treason, 100%. I've seen all the clips of what he's talked about and everything and all that stuff. I didn't talk about it specifically because I was just kind of like, all right, it'll probably blow over a couple days. No, it hasn't blown for a couple days. It still keeps going on. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Just do it already. You know? Get his ass arrested, take him and try him. That's it. Like, I just don't understand. I just really don't understand specifically why at this point I'm just like, I'm just sitting back and just laughing at the actual, like, the system itself, you know? Because it's a joke. I can't take this shit serious, you know? Remember, this man could have been the vice president of the US? Oh, really? He could have? Oh, I didn't even know that, to be honest. That's wild to see that. I just don't understand. At this point, like, I just think personally the US, like, the whole hierarchy of like the power and everything, it's a joke to me. It's a joke. It's like, it's literally a joke. I'm just gonna sit back and laugh at this, you know? It's just ridiculous. This is just honestly just fucking ridiculous. I'm just laughing at this. I'm just sitting back and just laughing at this because I just can't take this serious. I'm like, you get this guy out of power. Like, literally.
Yeah. This is probably the most evil statement he's ever made, as the phrase "good trouble" is not only a lie about the riots he's essentially been calling for, but also Renee Good, who senselessly lost her life on behalf of Walz's political agenda. As good trouble sounds like he's demanding more of them sacrifice themselves to protect him from prosecution. And the worst part about this is it's met with cheers from these lemmings, as despite the fact that they have yet to stop a single arrest, Minnesota is still seeing some protests, where these pathetic protesters swarm gas stations to toss potato chips on Border Patrol Commander Greg Bavino.
Wow, that's sure gonna do something, to be honest.
Which eventually results in the activists being gassed.
This is ridiculous. This is like, literally, it feels like I'm looking at a third world country right now. I really am. This is supposed to be a first world country. This is a joke. This is a joke. I don't take, at this point, I don't, as much as, like, you know, I give respect to, like, the military, to the US and how they took care of the dude from what was it again, from Colombia, right? Is it from Colombia that he took from? I forgot specifically. I forgot his name already. Like, I respect their forces of the army and everything like that. Oh, Venezuela. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry, guys. Maduro. Okay, yeah. Sorry, it's been, I've been going through some shit right now. So, like I said, seriously, like, this is like a third world country, and it's just, this is just sad. This is sad to see this in a first world country, because usually a lot of third world countries want to be first world countries because they want to live in that specific, like kind of like more built roads, better housing, better government system, all this other shit. But now looking at this in general, it's just kind of like, it's almost like you're witnessing the fall of Rome, kind of, you know? Like, at the end of the day, it's just, this is just kind of sad, you know? Oh, that stuff. I was sitting in my room with a plate carrier and my rifle on my side. Are you in this Minneapolis thing or something? I don't know. This is wild. This is just sad to see, in my personal opinion. No, Cali. Oh, okay, I see. I've heard there's some like people, you know, doing stuff over there apparently. This world, a lot of third world countries and building towards becoming a first world. The first world are important third worlders to become third worlders. But where their plates in the plate carrier. I don't know. This is sad. This is just sad at the end of the day. This is just completely sad. I just really can't take the government system very seriously over there. I really don't. I cannot take it serious. This is just ridiculous.
And more arrests are made.
There you go. Like, actually arrest these people. Like, I don't understand. Why aren't you arresting these people?
And again, it would somewhat make sense if this ended in 50 US citizens prevented from being sent to alligator Alcatraz, or even 5 less deportations of their coveted Tren de Aragua gang members. But it didn't. It just resulted in several activists being arrested, more money being spent on the salaries of these ICE agents, and yet another example as to why they need more federal forces to flood Minneapolis. Of course, there will always be idiots that will believe every single thing the media says, but even if you're paying the slightest amount of attention, this makes you realize none of their narrative makes sense. They want you to believe Tom Homan flooding the zone with federal agents is evil, but somehow didn't think this when Obama was giving him a presidential medal for deportations. As honestly, this image looks like it's AI, but I'm thinking it isn't, as he did indeed receive the Presidential Rank Award for deporting over 920,000 individuals for Obama. Once again,
okay, so wait. So they've been doing this. So they've been doing this for quite some time then, right? So they've been deporting people for quite some time. Why is it like now it seems to like amplified and now they're more hostile towards this, even though they've been doing this even during Obama's thing? I just don't understand. Like, Obama was doing this, so what's the difference that Trump is doing this? Because Trump's doing it?
Cause Trump bad, and we need all the data we have.
Really? That's the reason why? Thank you for the follow as well. Welcome. It's only bad when the orange man does it. Don't you think yourself and let the government tell you what? Well, the difference is that Obama broke up families. But I don't get it. I really don't understand it. It's so weird. If he was doing the same thing before, it doesn't matter. There's nothing changes. Like, fucking Trump is doing the same thing what Obama was doing, just on a whole bigger scale, I guess, question mark? I don't know if he's doing it on a bigger scale, but it's like, it's the same thing. Ugh, Lord, dude, these people are so dumb. I feel like the education kind of like failed these people, to be honest. I feel like these were the individuals, because apparently, like, I heard or so that like America has the like No Child Left Behind program or so. So like, if you're retarded and stupid or so, you still get advanced to the next grade or something like that. I'm like, during my specific time of education, if you failed, you get held back. I actually did see a guy who was held back for almost like 2 to 3 years because he was so dumb. Like, I actually did. This is what no asylums does to the country. I don't understand why you didn't have why did you guys keep the asylums open? I understand, rhetorical question. Don't answer that. So, but it's like, brother, you're supposed to separate these people who are mentally ill or so that the human society can thrive in peacefulness. Doesn't help California sends homeless folks to other states. They do? That's weird.
This isn't about virtues or human rights. This is the Democrats realizing if they say enough stupid, emotionally manipulative shit, they can turn their brown nosers into brown shirts. So if you appreciate my—
Yeah, they send homeless to Hawaii where I live. It messes up the economy. What the hell? Are you serious? That's crazy. Trump actually signed an executive order bringing asylums back a few months ago. Hopefully it comes true, to be honest, because honestly, these people are mentally ill. They are. I haven't really met another female individual who has who isn't on pills, or isn't mentally destroyed, or as in they're on medication or something like that, There hasn't been another female where I have I talk to them and the conversation usually leads to oh, they're heavily they're medicated or so, or something like that. So there's an entire generation of people waking the fuck up. Well, they probably should have woke up sooner, in my personal opinion, so apparently my brother specifically has dated a couple of girls, right, in the past, but they've always they've always been on some kind of like medication or something because they have to deal with something like mental. And it's like that's kind of weird, dude. Like that's kind of, because like it's funny because like me and my older brother, we came from a generation specifically where like nobody had like any mental illness, no one was on medication, everybody was fine, everything was normal, everybody understand everyone's struggles at the end of the day. We were like kumbayaing and everything, we were all having a good time, you know, nobody was doing any of this shit in general. But now everybody is like, now I've noticed that like everybody is like this now. It's like, what the hell is going on with all of y'all, you know? Yeah, like how like one of them even admitted that they're importing illegal immigrants because they want them to vote Democratic Biden. I see. I feel like everyone I talk to has some sort of mental BS going on. It's like a lot of self-diagnosing too as well, which is the sad thing about it. Like I said specifically, I have a friend who has DID, and that specific friend doesn't want to talk about it to like nobody in general. Like very few people know about the DID because the problem is like dumb people on TikTok or so say that they have DID and everything like that, right? But they don't know what like it's hard. Like DID can be pretty struggling from time to time, and sometimes it could be good, but sometimes it could be a struggle fest from time to time. So that, and they don't really talk about it to anybody in general. So I found some folks on the streaming side. A certain percent of folks take some sort of medication. I don't take any medication. I really don't. The only medication I take or so is for my skin. That's it. Like for my skin thing or so. Because I have messed up skin at the end of the day. But I'm not taking them today because been going through some shit for the past couple of days. But it'll blow over pretty eventually. So but I can't take my medication for this because I haven't been eating food, because apparently if I don't eat food or so, apparently all three of these medications causes nausea and vomiting, which that's what I felt like yesterday. The first time I took my medication or so, I was like, yeah, I feel very nauseous and vomiting or so. But that's about it. So it's because like at the moment, it's because like I'm going through some shit right now at the moment that happened the past couple of days. That's kind of like it. So food kind of like doesn't like, it just feels wrong to eat food right now at the moment. But that's nothing important at the end of the day. It'll go away after a while or so. I just need some time to myself. That's it. But overall, it's just like, that's the only thing. That's literally the only medication. I've never been self-diagnosed. Oh, I did go to either a psychiatrist or a psychologist. I don't know. It's either one of the two. It was like many years ago. And the one thing I told them what is wrong and everything. And then the one thing they immediately told me, okay, so you're crazy. Okay, got it. You're crazy. Here, we're going to prescribe you some pills and everything like that. And I was just kind of like, what? I was just like, this is so random or so. This is so weird. And then they prescribed me some kind of weird drug or something like that. And they said, okay, so like if it's not working or so, let us know or so, and we'll provide something stronger next time. And I'm like, ever since that day or so, I've never bothered going back. I was like, okay, this is just fucking stupid and retarded, to be honest. And that's why I've never gone to any like psychiatrist or psychologist or a therapist or anything like that, because I just feel like they don't really like address like the actual like problems of people. Maybe there are some, you know, but at least like through my experience specifically, no. So that's why, you know, I just feel like they just give them like medication and then call it a day. You know, they kind of don't really like unwire the problem in the situation and find the root and trying to find peace with the actual problem itself. You know, it takes a while to find a good one, and if your insurance will pay for it. Well, that's a shitty thing about it. I don't even have insurance anymore, so that's why I gotta take care of myself by myself at the end of the day. Too expensive for insurance, unfortunately. So psychiatrist is a doc where they can prescribe medication. A psychologist is the one who can recommend, I think. Oh, I have no idea at the end of the day. Like I said, it's like one of those I just remember being in a room or so and like sitting down with a lady or so, and like she was like writing notes and everything and talking to me and stuff like that. And that's kind of like basically it. So But yeah, that's about it. I don't know. For me personally, it's like, I just these people are crazy. These people are stupid. They don't understand what's actually. They actually don't understand specifically what's going on in the topic of the situation itself. They're being brainwashed. They're being gaslit. They're being propagandized by the news outlet and Reddit and Twitter circle jerk spaces that they're in specifically. And that's kind of like it. I took medication for ADHD and my brain went places. I stopped. You know, the funny thing about it, I don't even have ADHD. I really don't. I don't. I'm like, for me specifically, like, if I find some things boring to me, it doesn't mean I have ADHD. It just means that the subject just doesn't really interest me. That's it. You know, if it's a subject that really interests me, of course I'm gonna pay attention to it. You know, because I like the subject in general. But if it's something that doesn't really interest me that much, it doesn't mean I have ADHD. It just means I'm just not interested. That's it. But yeah, that's just my personal opinion. But anyways, that's the end of the video. And hopefully this shit gets solved, to be honest, because at this point I'm kind of like, me and the Void people at the end of the day, right? The people from the Void are just kind of like laughing at this point, you know? As much as, like, you know, we respect, you know, a lot of the things about the US in general, I gotta say, this here is not really working out very well, to be honest. How's ADHD is solved back in our days? I'll take a look at it in a second, but yeah.